We're gonna see how it goes. Woo! It's a little story I wrote inspired by a song that was played here last week, and I'm gonna perform it. So we're gonna go from there. I've never really been one to believe in love at first sight. You know, like, I understand that it's something that other people experience, but it never really felt like anything that I personally could ever get. And then I saw you on the train platform. You were just standing there with the hair slightly blowing in the wind and your backpack covered in pins. And then you walked in and you sat down a few seats away from me, and you were right there. And I was really the first time I ever felt that. And all I would need to do is act on it. And, like, what if I did? You know, what if I went up there and we talked, and we could talk about the things on your pins. I could point them out, and we could talk about Star Trek or video games, and we could tell jokes, and our personalities could really just click, and we would have a great time, and I'd laugh all the way to my stop, and then I'd give you my phone number, and I'd leave, and then I'd wait, and I'd wait for a text message that you'd never send. Because why would you? And then I'd end up back right where I am now, alone, again. But, like, what if you did send that text? You know, what if you did send it? You'd send hey, and then I'd reply hey, but with an extra Y to try and pretend to be cute. And we'd tell jokes. You'd tell me that you were busy from work, and I'd make a joke about how work is for losers or something cheesy. And we'd decide to go on a date. We'd pick a time and we'd pick a place, and I would arrive there early and you wouldn't. And so I'd wait, and then you'd never arrive, because why would you? And then I'd be back where I am now, alone, again. But what if you did show up? What if you showed up and we really hit it off? We could walk around the park, and we could stop at literally every flower and talk about how beautiful they are, and we'd be able to feel the wind against our face, and we'd be able to feel the sun against our skin, and we'd talk and we'd talk and we'd talk until I'd make a bad joke and you'd start to get a little bit more distant than you were before. And it'd be not immediate, but slowly you'd back away until eventually you decided that you're going to leave early. You have an errand to run. Because why wouldn't you? And then I'd be back here where I am now, alone again. But what if we did a second date, you know, or maybe even a third? What if we just kept going? What if we kept going and we stayed together for months maybe? We could spend so much time together. We could go on dinner dates. We could go on adventures. I love to hike, and one of your pins has a boot on it, right? Like, we can go on so many adventures until eventually you realize that I'm not exciting enough for you. Because why wouldn't you realize that? And then I'd be back here where I am now, alone again. But what if that didn't happen? What if we kept going? Maybe we spent another year together, another 2 years, whatever, and we kept talking, and we moved in together or something, and all of our friend groups completely merged together until we were inseparable from each other. And then one of my friends started talking to you a little bit too much, and it turned into a little bit more until you learned that he's better. Because why wouldn't you? And then I'd be right back here, alone, again. And just like that, the grip on your bag tightens as you pull it up off the chair in front of you. And you get up and you get off the train. Maybe it's best that you got off the train. Maybe it's best none of that happened. Maybe it's best you never knew me enough to get disappointed. Anyway, that's it.
No!